Oh, hi everyone. I'm just packing up some fishing gear from yesterday, and then I'm going to take you in. I want to show you some of the stuff that I've been working on, see what you think. And today I'm trying to make a like a holding board for spoon carving. So what I want to do is, I've got a piece of 18mm plier here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, so it's 200mm wide, 8 inches wide, and then I'll drill some holes in it that will then allow me to put some pegs in, and the pegs will then hold the spoons when I'm carving them, so that they stop it from moving around and I can carve it easily. And I'll be able to put a piece of rope through them which is weighted, and that will then keep pressure, downward pressure on the spoon, to stop it from moving around and sliding about. I've also somewhere, so I've also got a piece of neoprene here, which I'm hoping will go either on there, or it will certainly go across the piece of string, and that will help to grip the spoon. But this particular piece of neoprene might be a bit too thick, because this is like probably 3mm thick, and there are thinner versions available, and I think I have got some thinner stuff somewhere. So that's the plan today. So I've cut that out, so that's about 375 by 215mm, and then what I've done is I've I don't know if you can see that there, I've just beveled off the edges to make it a bit smoother, and I've marked a center line down here and one across the middle. So now I'm going to mark out for some holes, to cut some holes that I can put my pegs in. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm making some little stoppers to go in. I don't know what you'd call it. It's to hold the spoons when you're carving them. So I suppose spoon holder. Maybe we'll coin the phrase. So this is just a piece of walnut that I had, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to plane one side off of this, so that it stays, so that I can put flat work up against it and it won't slide off. And then I've just got to tidy the tops up, which I'm going to do with a little carving chisel.
and I can just finish sanding them off, which I couldn't do on the lathe. I mean, you know, they're working pieces, so they don't have to be perfect. Okay, so you can see I've planed the top of that off, so that's flat, and it's got, if you put something in there, it's going to sit flat up against it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just sanding the tops off, and then they're finished. So I'm just sanding them off to make them a bit smoother. I'm not going to oil them or put any sort of finish on them. They're just working pieces, so they don't need to be works of art. There you go. That's the last one. So I'll show you the different ones I've made. So you've seen that one. That's the flat one. Then I've made one which is tapered, so it runs down. So that'll, as you push down, it'll hold things in the better. So I've made two of those. That's the other one. Then I made just a round one like that. And then I made two of these which are concave, so maybe you want to hold the lip of the spoon up against them. So let me just show you. Actually, no, I'll show you how it works now. Hold on. So this is the idea how this works. So I can sit this over my lathe. I can also clamp it on there just to hold it firmly. So these then, I can work against these, and that gives me something to push to. And because I've drilled all the other holes, if I want to change the position of it, I can, and to make it easier to work on. And so it just gives you more freedom, especially once you've started carving them. As they get more and more finished, you don't want to be clamping them down all the time, and this is a better way of doing it. Now this works. I'll show you how this works. It's not rocket science. So this is just a weight, and there's, you can see up there, the end of the string is on there. I've threaded it through a piece of neoprene, which you don't have to do. I have done it without it, and it's been just as good. And then the weight is just a weight that I had, but I suppose you could use anything really that was heavy enough. If I want to make it a bit looser, I just stand it on a piece of wood like that. That takes the tension off. I can then undo it, and I can retension it if I want to. So, you know, it's a bit Heath Robinson, I suppose, but it works well. So the other thing I want to do is I cut some of these out. This is just 18mm ply, nothing special. It's not quite shuttering ply, but so what I want to do is I haven't drilled a hole in the center. I took the center piece out of the hole cutter, because I want to have an offset center so that I can use them as a cam, a bit like this, look. So as I turn that, because it's off center, it will pinch up. So I want to do the same with this. I'm going to clean these up a little bit, so they're not so raggy, and then I will drill a hole offset, and then I shall cut this down, glue these in, and then they need to be a reasonably tight fit so that when you turn them they pinch up against it and don't move, and then that may mean that I can actually do away with this, because it will just hold them against the pins that I've done, which may be better. So that's what I'm going to try. So I'll start cleaning these up and I'll tell you how it goes. So I'm going to use this to find the centre. Just draw a line across, turn it round, and then that tells me where the centre is. But so I don't want to be on the centre, I want to be probably somewhere over here. I'm going to mark these out now and then we'll drill them, and then we can cut the dowels down ready to take them. Okay, so I've drilled them all with a 12mm spade bit, which is what I drilled the holes in the ply with. So I've drilled them, so I've done two that was the centre, so they're really offset. I've done two where they're pretty central, and then I've done two that are slightly offset, so the distance that they will travel when you turn them will all be different, so you should be able to adjust them all, which I'm hoping will be an advantage. So now what I've got to do now is I've got to cut the dowel down to the right size so that it will go through this hole, and then I know it will go through the hole in the ply as well. So that's the next job. Okay, so the dowel's the right size now, so I'm going to cut them with this, which is a dovetail saw. Now, I recently found this in one of my old toolboxes. This saw is 40 years old, but it's still brilliant. I love it, and it's great for like little jobs like this. If you put the glue on the end and not right up it, then it will carry it into the hole as you do it. So you just put it in and twist it as you go, and then that will carry the glue in.
You might need water.
No,
Just
no,
wind.
I think they'll be fine. showing them how I do this.
What's this? Like the
It's a
saw.
cam. Yeah, that saw. I was just saying, just telling them that saw's 40 years old.
I just realised I'm taller than you.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Hang on, come here.
Yeah, come here. Who thinks he's taller than me now?
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Almost.
You've got a little way to go,
Yeah.
but you won't be long.
I definitely think I'll be taller than you.
Okay, so I've glued them up now. So we're going to go to McDonald's because I promised Lawson that we'd take him to McDonald's today as a treat. He's got to go back to school tomorrow. Well, homeschooling, it's hardly hard work, but hey ho.
Really hard work.
And then when I come back, I'll show you how these work. There's the finished article. You can see I can put these pegs anywhere, I can put these anywhere, I can move them around, and because they're cams I can shift them about, so I can take pegs out to work on different areas. I can swap it around. I've got different spaces I can use to push this so I can work on different areas. I'm quite pleased with that, and I can still clamp this, or I could screw it to this bench if I wanted to, however I want to do it. So it was worth the time, I think. And this might be a better way than having the string with a weight on it, because then this is more manoeuvrable. I can change it around, I can have it up if I want, however I want to do it. It gives me more scope to work on things. So that's that. So I hope you find that interesting.